Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1, and it reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things that were before the days. The Most High spoke of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Next double honors to the head apostle / elder bishops of Great Millstone, the one that taught us the 100% truth according to the Bible. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere items. Keep pushing, keep believing, keep the faith. The God's people here for a bear, right? Are you still measuring the time? The Lord told us to continually measure the time. Now, how do you measure time? You look at what's going on in the earth, right? And you link it up with the scriptures. Look, the same thing, same scenario. You can go outside and you can look up in the sky. You can tell if it's going to rain or if it's going to be hot. Same thing. If you've been keeping up with current events, you've been watching the news, you should know exactly what time it is. Lord said, measure thou the time. And when you measure something, you're trying to get it precise. You see? So we're measuring the time. We see everything turning digital. We're keeping up with current events. We see World War III is on the horizon. We see hyperinflation kicking in. We see chariot sightings. We see blood moons. We see eclipses. Things of that nature. We see the love of many waxing cold. Earthquakes in diverse places. Wars, rumors of wars, famines, pestilence, plagues, diseases. We see all these things. So we're measuring, and the scriptures tell you, when you see all these things, then you know that the Lord is on his way. It is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Once again, are you measuring the time? Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1, and it reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I told thee before. Let's get some of the signs. I'm going to come right back, Lord's willing. I want to get some of the signs. The Lord left clues. He didn't give us a date. He didn't give us an hour. He didn't give us a month. He didn't give us a year, but he gave us clues. And look, we're seeing the clues. The clues are jumping off the pages. St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 3, and it reads, And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So the Lord gave us signs, gave us clues of his second coming. Didn't give us the date. Didn't give us the hour. So no man can walk this earth saying they know exactly when the date is going to be. They know when the hour is going to be. They know when the year is going to be. We can give you the clues, though. And then the scripture say the end of the world, the end of an age. Let's just get that right quick. The disciples want to know when the end of that age was going to end. The end of what age, though? We're going to show you. We're going to show you what end of that age. Bear with me. We're going to show you. Let's get this right quick. Second Ezra chapter 6. We're going to show you what end of the age that they was talking about. When it was going to end, right? Second Ezra chapter 6. Just click on it. Second Ezra chapter 6 verse 9, and it reads, For Esau is the end of the world. So that's the age that the disciples was asking about, when that age was going to end. The rulership of the Romans, they're the Edomites according to the Bible. When was their age, aka their rulership, going to end? When was going to be the end of their world, their rulership? For Esau is the end of the world, the end of one age. And Jacob, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans is the beginning of it, the following. And that's what the disciples want to know. This is what they was asking Lord Yahweh Shai. They want to know the signs, the clues, what would be going on. And they want to know when the end of this age, his rulership was going to come to an end. Let's go back. St. Matthew 24 and 3 again. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came and said unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, the clues? What do we need to be looking out for, right? And the end of the world, the end of, remember, Esau is the end of the age, aka the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And Yahweh Shai, who they called Jesus, answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Verse 6, bear with me. Verse 6, St. Matthew 24 and 6, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. Remember, measure thou the time diligently. Are we not hearing of wars and rumors of wars even more so than ever? Or are we not? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. As the Lord said, more things got to happen. More prophecies got to happen, right? For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be and these are things that we got to keep up with, man. Keeping up with current events, constantly watching the news. You see? And there should be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. I want to get the earthquake app right quick. I must be allowed to get the earthquake app. This is all part of measuring the time diligently, right? This is all part of measuring the time, Israel. You see? Let's just get this right quick. Lord willing to pop up. Remember, the scripture said earthquakes in diverse places, right? Look, this week alone, 668 earthquakes alone. This week, 129 today. You see? This month just started. You mean to tell me it's 600? Shit, the day is only the 3rd. You mean to tell me 668 earthquakes that happened already this week, and today is only the 3rd? Are you serious? Are you serious? 129 earthquakes today. So we're keeping up with that. Remember, it said earthquakes in diverse places. You see? And then the Lord said, this is the worst time. The time that's fastly approaching is the worst time to be alive. You see? Let's go back here. 2nd Ezra. As soon as it pop up, bear with me. Just bear with me. 2nd Ezra chapter 9. Yeah, here we go. 2nd Ezra, let's get it again. 2nd Ezra chapter 9. Verse 1 again. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. We just read about the signs. Earthquakes in diverse places, pestilences, plagues, famine, nation against nation. You got race wars popping off, class wars, gender wars, hyperinflation. The economy is about to crash. I mean, if you're not seeing those signs, then we don't know what to tell you, man. Because if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, right? Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the eyes will begin to visit the world which he made. We're seeing all these clues, all these prophecies kicking into high gear. Then we know the Lord is fastly approaching. The other day, we just had a blood moon. You see, it was red as fire, man. I barely could look at it. I got a little video. I still haven't put it up yet. But I'm Lord willing, I'm trying to put it up, you know what I'm saying, before the end of the day, Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? Probably like a minute and some change of just how fiery red it was, man. These are part of the signs, man, that the Lord said was going to be happening before he visited the world which he made. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, we just showed you that. We just showed you that earthquakes in diverse places, right? And uproars of the people in the world. You go into that definition for the word uproars, it goes to protests. People pretty much being fed up. Protests, outrage, nothing but a ball of confusion, screams, hollering. People fed up. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Remember, he declared it already. He declared it already. What is that? Psalm. That's Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 46, 9 and 10. He declared the end from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world, have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And we showed you who is the end of an age, and who is the beginning of an age, right? Jacob, remember the Lord said, give them warning from me. We're giving you warning, man. The Lord told us to go prophesy, let you know what's going to happen before it even happens. So we would look, just keep it steaming. Keep steam rolling. You see? Flood the internet with truth. Flood the internet with truth. 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Go tell them what's going to happen before it even happens, right? Don't worry about nothing else. Verse 5, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And we're seeing that amp up. We're seeing that amp up, right? For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled. Why? Job 9:24. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked, right? So, of course, we got wickedness everywhere, right? Let's jump down. 2 Ezra 15:15. For the sword, and the Lord said, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will truly come, right? It will surely come. It will not tarry. 2 Ezra 15:15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another. They're going to your gender wars, your class wars, your race wars, all that. When these people, one thing about it, when these people ain't got nothing to lose, guess what happens? They lose it, man. All right? When people ain't got nothing to lose, they lose it. Plus, the elite say you're not going to have anything. You're going to be happy. All right? They're going to take away everything that you got. That's why these different events been happening, man. For them to take more away of your so-called rights, right? Your quote-unquote rights, right, are being taken away. So when this thing really pop off, so when this deal really pop off, you through, Israel. You through, man. You through. What it say again? For the sword of their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands, meaning with weapons, man. And there shall be sedition among men. Other people exciting other people to go against the government and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. You got groups mobbing up, taking over city blocks, taking over neighborhoods, things of that nature. They're not hearing community leaders. They're not hearing presidents. They're not hearing none of that nonsense, man. All right? They're not hearing these lying-ass church pastors or none of that. The course of their actions stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Eventually, shit gonna get too loose. It's gonna get too off the chain to where they're gonna have to call in the martial law troops. Martial law is gonna eventually pop off. You're not gonna be able to leave your living. You're not gonna be able to leave your front door soon, come Israel. Without that C-hip, without being monitored. We gave you warning through the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Shai, right? It says, let's see. 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Hey, look, if a man is going to be afraid, how much more that weaker vessel, man? The weaker vessel, the woman. If a man's going to be afraid, she pretty much going to be somewhere in the corner shitting on herself, man. Trying to figure out what the hell to do. A man should have no pity upon his neighbor, and we're giving you warning of all these things every day. We're giving you warning. Daily edification, daily exhortation, man. Every day, man. The Lord keeps his spirit in us to warn you Israelites every single day. But oh yeah, everything's a joke, right? I still don't need a man, right? Look, matter of fact, I still don't need the Lord, right? You still talking that nonsense talking about you don't believe in the Lord, right? You don't believe in a higher power, right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, with weaponry, and spoil, meaning take their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. When it pop off, it's going to pop off, man. Heads busted to the white meat. It's going to pop off, man. And look, and the man of the Lord been giving you warning. Remember, seek the Lord. Look. So be in return, seek him 10 times more. You Israelite, you playing around with death, man. You basically playing Russian roulette with your life. The Israelites that ignore this word, you're basically playing Russian roulette with your life, man. That's what you're basically doing. Ezekiel chapter 3. This is exactly what you're doing. And all these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all know who y'all are there, man. All right? No more excuses, man. The Lord don't give a damn how much money you making. He wants us to fear Ezekiel. He wants us to take heed to what the word is saying. What's actually coming, pretty much preparing our minds. Getting our houses in order, right? The hell with the shucking and jiving, Israel. Ezekiel 3:17, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. And that's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. Starting off with the head apostles / elder bishops of Great Millstone. That's exactly, and the men on down and the affiliates. That's exactly what we're doing. The damn church pastors most definitely ain't warning you. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. These false Israelite group leaders are not warning you. They're too busy jet setting, all right? They took the bag already, Israel. Don't expect them to tell you the truth. Don't expect them to warn you about the C-hip. You see? About that charagma, about that implantable device. Don't expect none of these false Israelite groups to warn you, man. Rejoice, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe, which means destruction, death and destruction. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil, the deceiver, the slanderer, sleazy E, starting up with their elites, the elite banking families. Everybody know this by now. The Rothschilds, the Gettys, the Bloombergs, the Oppenheimers, the Schickengrooves, the people that actually run the earth. The deceiver has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Are you measuring the time diligently? This man know he's about to go down to Israel. You have no clue. This man know that his time, his reign of ruling the earth and wickedness, it's at the end. Remember, Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it to follow. But this man gonna come down with great wrath, though. He gonna be taking people out by the thousands, man. He gonna be throwing people up in them concentration camps, right to left, left to right, and he gonna give a damn, because he's the wicked. He's the whipping stick of the Lord, man, and he's gonna get busy soon come. Mainly on you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Jacob's trouble. Remember, it's never been a day like it. Jacob's trouble. It ain't never been a day like it. The Lord said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Jacob's trouble is about to pop off. And you ain't gonna have to ask, are we in Jacob's trouble? You're gonna know it. All right? You're gonna know it, Israel. This is my last one. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 5, and it reads, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh, through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, we have heard, who you English call God and Jesus, right? We have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man do travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, on his midsection. Jeremiah seeing men holding their midsection part, man, fearful, scared, trembling, shaking. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, as a woman is going through them birth pains. And all faces are turned into paleness, scared to death. Men was actually scared to death. How much more that weaker vessel, that woman, right? Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It ain't never been a day like what's coming, Israel. Seek Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Seek the Lord now, man. Says there's nothing like it. The day that is coming ain't nothing like it. Ain't never been nothing like it. And it won't be nothing like it after it, man. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. That's what the Lord telling you, boneheads. It is the time of Jacob's trouble. Negroes, Latin, Native American Indians. But he shall be saved out of it. The elect of the nation of Israel. Lord willing, we're part of that hopeful number, man. The 144,000 Israelite men, the prophets, and the multitude of believers, which consist of men, women, and children. Lord willing, we have that number to get saved out of it. This is a day that it's going to get terrible. screams and hollering. It's never been a day like it, Israel. The Lord said, give them water from me. Are you measuring thou the time diligently in itself? The end is nearer than what we believe. That's why it's high time to awake out of sleep, Israel. The warning has went out. Shalom.